we may see some countries trying to handle the tariffs by devaluating their currencies. Maybe China will do. And of course, that makes gold really interesting for Chinese investors to buy the gold before that happens. So I think tariffs only makes gold stronger.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by AUAG Funds founder, president, and portfolio manager, Eric Strand. Eric, great to speak with you. So, gold's eyeing new all-time highs, and that's despite the strong dollar and the US Federal Reserve's more cautious approach to interest rates. Why are we seeing these new highs?
Yeah, it's very interesting to see how strong gold is in this headwinds we have seen with the stronger dollar, and as you said, with the Fed trying to lower expectations of lower rates in the future. But I don't know if the market really believe the Fed here, and also it's rather uncertain about all the tariffs in the air from Mr. Trump. So let's see what happens. But we are close to again getting there to the all-time high in the US dollar. But as you said, the dollar has been strong. So we have seen a lot of all-time highs in other currencies already.
So we'll get back to that in just a moment. So you mentioned tariffs, and we had Donald Trump inaugurated as US president for his second term yesterday. How do you see that impacting the gold price going forward?
Well, it is interesting. Of course, it's some concern in the whole world about tariffs, trade wars, currency wars. I think that's a very interesting point that we may see some countries trying to handle the tariffs by devaluating their currencies. Maybe China will do. And of course, that makes gold really interesting for Chinese investors to buy the gold before that happens. So I think tariffs only makes gold stronger. Let's see how they put tariffs on the metals themselves. That's also interesting. But all over, I think it's a strong thing for the metals and gold, especially.
Of course, we still have these ongoing geopolitical tensions as well as central bank demand. Are they supportive of the gold price at this stage?
Yes, they are. And we see the strong buying from them. We see the strong buying from Asia. We saw some more buying from the Western ETF world, but it has not been really strong. So we actually see that as a source of buying power for the coming and continuing bull market for gold.
How about silver? How's silver been performing throughout all this?
I mean, the silver was rather good last year. I mean, it performed similar to gold. First half year last year was even stronger than gold. We got the gold silver ratio down to 74. Now it has gone up back again. So I think silver will have another run at it this year and being even stronger. And actually, our prediction for gold 2025 is $3,300. So going above 3,000, the big number, and getting that to 3,300. That would be actually a 26% return. We had a 27% return in gold last year. So like a similar percentage return, but up there to the big numbers.
You mentioned those all-time highs in other currencies, and the Australian dollar comes to mind. So it's just a new all-time high in Australian dollars. How does this impact miners? Because obviously miners selling gold in US dollars, but their costs are local currency. So that must be an extra boost for them.
Correct. That's a really good round for the miners. So we see income in dollars. Gold is high and stable. Silver also getting there. So income is there. Energy prices have been going down. And as you said, a lot of costs are in local currencies. So that's actually a good time for miners, I think. And then we will see that in this margin expansion for their results, because that comes afterwards. So because they became a bit lower because of higher cost inflation we had, but now that would change, and the percentage change of the margins will be explosive. So that's really, really interesting.
And is this reflecting in your own portfolios, Eric?
Yeah, I mean, we had a good returns in 2024, like in the Silver Bullet Fund, and I think that would be even better this year. We had a good start already.
Eric, lots to watch as the year progresses. Thank you very much for your insights as always.
Thank you very much.
That's Eric Strand. He's president, founder of AUAG Funds, as well as portfolio manager.